Very good morning, student. We are starting topic today, binomial theorem. I ask you, what do you mean by binomial theorem? So binomial, as you are finding the term, binomial means two. So binomial theorem is used to expand the higher powers of two terms. As you are studying in class 10, a plus b whole square, that is binomial because a and b were two terms. A plus b whole cube, that is binomial because you are expanding two terms. What was the formula of a plus b whole square? A square plus 2ab plus b square. By the same way, a plus b whole cube was a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. Now we are coming on the question, if we have to find the expansion of higher powers. I ask you to find a plus b raised to power 5, a plus b raised to power 7, or we go more higher powers, then it is not possible for us to memorize all the formula. So in this case, we use the binomial theorem. If you observe how to explain the binomial theorem and how to memorize this, it is very easy to memorize the binomial theorem. How? If you say a plus b whole square, if I ask you what is the formula of a plus b whole square, simply you say, sir, a square plus 2ab plus b square. A plus b whole cube, you say a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. If I ask you to observe these two formulas, what are you observing? If I say a plus b whole square, the index is 2 and you are starting a raised to power 2. After that, what's happening? The power of a is decreasing and the power of a is increasing. But the sum of both the variables a and b always remain 2. A square plus 2ab, power of a is 1, power of b is 1, that their sum is always 2, plus b square. Now we are coming on a plus b whole cube. What is a plus b whole cube? You say a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. Here the same condition is happening. We are starting the power a cube, then the power of a will decrease by 1 and the power of b will increase by 1, but their sum always will be 3. So a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square and plus b cube. One thing more you observe, when we start a plus b whole square, how many terms you get on expansion? You get 3 terms on expansion. When we expand a plus b whole cube, how many terms you get on expansion? You get 4 terms on expansion. So in case of binomial theorem, because it is not required to memorize the formula, you just try to catch the concept. What is the concept behind this? See, we check the indices. Suppose we have to expand a plus b raised to power 5. So one thing is very clear, a plus b is equal to 5, the number of term will be 6. If I say 2x plus 3y raised to power 15, the number of term will be 16. So whatever will be the indices, the number of term will be 1 more. Now it is not required to memorize the condition. Simply you can say, we start with a plus b raised to power 15. So we start a raised to power 15. In the another term, we will decrease the power of a by 1 and that will be take place by b. So a raised to power 15 plus a raised to power 14 into b, their sum always will be 15 plus a raised to power 13 plus b square. Similarly, we expand this a plus b raised to power 15. Now, student, you will ask one question, sir, what will be the coefficient? How will we write the coefficient? As in case of a plus b square, we are writing a square plus 2ab because the coefficient of ab is 2. by the same way, in case of a plus b whole cube, a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. How will we memorize these coefficients? So simply a plus b raised to power 12. We take example a plus b raised to power 12. So you start from 12c0. You start from 12c0, 12c1, 12c2, 12c3 and 12c4 and you will add 12c12. So total number of terms will be 13. So you start 12. So 12c0, a raised to power 12 minus 0 into b raised to power 0. Plus you say 12c1. You say 12c1. If you know 12c1, then the power of a will be their difference and the power of b will be lower suffix. Now you are observing what is lower suffix and what is upper suffix. Suppose I say 12c0. So 12 I indicate upper suffix, 0 I indicate lower suffix. So 12c0 or 12c1 or 12c2 or 12c4. So if you say 12c4, so as I am coming in 12c form, you say sir the upper suffix is 12 and the lower suffix is 4 and the power of a will be their difference and power of b will be the lower suffix. So it is very important. It is very important. It is not required to memorize or you just not do the formula. These we have to write simply. Just as we are memorizing a plus b square, a plus b whole cube, a plus b 4, so we can memorize all the formula. This is the very good technique to memorize the binomial theorem. Now, so first of all, I have introduced what is the use of binomial theorem. So binomial theorem is used to expand the higher power. Now, what will we study in this topic? We will study in this topic how to find general term. What do you mean by the general term? Suppose we have given any expansion, v raised to power a plus b raised to power can be 25, can be 100, can be any indices, can be any instances, because we are studying in here for positive index. Positive index के लिए we are studying this. So a plus b raised to power 25, he can ask you to find the 15th term, you can the 12th term, you can any of the term. So that is called general term. After that, we will study middle term. Which will be the middle term? And then we will find coefficient of any term and then we become independent term of x. So I have explained you, as I have explained you, binomial theorem is used to expand the higher power. So a plus b raised to power n will be what? NC0, a raised to power n minus 0, b raised to power 0, plus NC1, a raised to power n minus 1, b raised to power 1, plus NC2, a raised to power n minus 2, plus b raised to power 2, and so on. We come on NCn, a raised to power n minus 1 into b raised to power n. Wherever the lower suffix and the upper suffix both become equal, then our expansion will be over. Our expansion will be over. Now we are coming to find the general term. As I have explained earlier, what do you mean by the general term? Because he can ask to you any term, he can ask to find the any term in the given expansion. Suppose 2x plus 3y raised to power 20. The index is what? Index is 20. So as I have told earlier you that a plus b raised to power 20, then total number of term will be 21. So he can ask you to find 15 term, 12 term, 11 term, 7 term, any term in the expansion of a plus b raised to power 20. So we can use tr plus 1. So tr plus 1 indicate the term whichever we have to find. So tr plus 1 is equal to ncr into x raised to power n minus r into a raised to power r. You just observe the binomial coefficient. You observe the binomial coefficient. This ncr or nc1 or nc2 or nc3, these are called binomial coefficient, because if we know the binomial coefficient, we can take the complete idea of the term. NCR a raised to power n minus r and y raised to power r. As I told you, n denote the upper suffix and r denote the lower suffix. As I am mentioning here, whichever term we need to find, that lower suffix should be one less. Suppose I am giving you example. Suppose we have to find the a term. We have to find the a term. Then lower suffix will be 7. Then power of x will be difference of upper suffix and lower suffix, and power of y will be lower suffix. As I am giving you example. Suppose we have to find the 7th term in the expansion of 2x plus 3y raised to power 50. So as we are finding 7th term, so lower suffix will be 6. And in the expansion of 2x plus 3y raised to power 15. So T7 will be 15C6. As we know the binomial coefficient, we know everything, because 15C6, then 2x raised to power will be 15 minus 6 and 3y raised to power 6. Now, he can ask you to find the middle term. We can ask you to find the middle term in the given expansion. Suppose he is asking you to find the middle term in the expansion of a plus b raised to power n. So here two cases will be arise. One, either n can be odd or n can be even. So if n will be odd, so we know the number of term in the expansion will be one extra. So if n will be odd, the number of term will be even. Number of term will be even. So if number of term will be even, then there will be two middle terms. N plus 1 upon 2th term and n plus 3 upon 2th term will be the middle term. If n is even, then total number of term will be odd. In this case, there will be one middle term, that will be n upon 2 plus 1th term. Now I am giving you the example. In the expansion of, find middle term in the expansion of 3x plus 2y raised to power 50. So in the case of 3x plus 2y raised to power 50, we observe that n is equal to 50. If n is equal to 15, that is odd. If that is odd, the total number of term will be even. So in the expansion, we will have 16th term. Now, which will be the middle term? So 15 plus 1 upon 2th term and 15 plus 3 upon 2th term will be the middle term. So 8th term and the 9th term will be the middle term. And by the same working procedure, we can find the T8 and T9. So if we are finding the 8th term, and I asked you what will be the lower suffix, immediately you people will say that is 7. That is 7. In the expansion of what? 3x plus 2y raised to power 15. So 15C7 into 3x raised to power 15 minus 7 into 2y raised to power 7. So only simply you should know what is the binomial coefficient. If you know the binomial coefficient, you can find the complete term. Now we are coming on the another question. He is asking the middle term in the expansion of 3x plus 2y raised to power 30. If it is 3x plus 2y raised to power 30, what is n? N is equal to 30. And what is 30? 30 is an even number. If 30 is an even number, then total number of term will be odd. So we have to find out which will be the middle term. So in this case, there will be only one middle term. And which will be that? N upon 2 plus 1 term will be the middle term. Right? Now we have introduced what is the middle term, this term. Now we are coming on the general term. So suppose I just giving you the review. What we have done? So we have done binomial theorem. I asked you, why do we apply the binomial theorem? Simply you say that binomial theorem we use to explain the higher powers, right? What will be the total number of terms? The total number of terms will be one more than the indices. Now, what will be the general term? General term will be TR plus 1 is equal to NCR x raised to power n minus R into a raised to power R. That will be the general term. Now we have to find the middle term. Middle term simply we have done. It depends on the power. If the power will be odd, the power will be odd, number of term will be even. If the power will be even, the number of term will be odd. So simply we can say. Now we are coming how to find the coefficient of given term in the expansion of the binomial. I ask 2x plus 3y raised to power 18. In the expansion of this, if I ask you x raised to power 6 into y raised to power 3, if I am asking the coefficient of x raised to power 6 into y raised to power 3, how to find the coefficient? So first of all, we write the general term. What is that? TR plus 1 is equal to NCR x raised to power n minus R a raised to power R. One thing is very important. Whenever you are finding the coefficient of any term, then you have to arrange that term at particular place. Suppose we are finding the coefficient of x raised to power 6, then x should be at only one place. So whatever will be the power of x, if we are finding the coefficient of x raised to power 6, that power we put equal to 6 and we get the value of R. Thank you, students.